Baby, listen, I've been waiting a whole week to figure out what happened that brought on that old nasty piece of slap honey that took place down there to the Texas with the big boys in Texas. Listen, that slap was worth that week that I waited to see what was going on. That doggone Big Lou slapped the complete taste out of a Raw's mouth. Do you hear me? I said, oh my gosh. Their whole they we picked up where we left off, basically with the whole thing, the scuffle with Chef D and Anthony and all that, and they pulled Anthony to the side. I was basically pretty tired of that anyway, because like what there's more to that. They ain't saying. We sat through a whole other episode. They didn't say. I don't care what nobody say. It's more than just, oh well, I thought we were friends. Baby, I need from their mouth to tell me, no, we wasn't getting down. Because that's the energy I'm getting. Like I said, parallel see, honey, there's something going on. And we just dancing around it. But in this episode, listen, we know that a raw don't let nothing go. Okay, when he gets to feeling some kind of way about something, he is going to express it till he's done expressing it. We've learned that out of these 3 episodes. We've learned that don't tell him when to let it go. Just let him process it on his own. Big Lou just got a thing about a Raw, I believe. Sometimes you just don't like somebody. You just don't like them. So I think there's a thing with them. Big Lou did insert himself. It's like the pack of wild dogs thing. It's kind of like this is going on, and them being around it just created angst, and then it was like, oh, I just gotta get something in. And that's how it feels like with me with this whole thing with Big Lou. And Raw, you keep trying to tell him to shut up. Like, who are you to tell him to shut up? You may not want to hear what he's saying, but you can't just tell him to shut up, and he just ain't going to shut up. That's the other thing. So here's the thing. They were going back and forth. Now, I'm going to give Raw got heart, and he was talking and running his mouth, and he wasn't ready. He was not ready. He did not think that Big Lou was going to slap him, and he didn't think he was going to do anything. He thought he was just going to be mouthing. And baby, when I tell you he hauled off and smacked him so hard, he said, oh, bitch. I said, girl, she got you, honey. She got you. And I like Raw. And it took me all this time to figure out who Raw reminds me of. I kept looking at him and saying, he remind me of somebody. Child, remind me of Lil Uzi Vert. Once they got to fighting in what turned out to be the longest fight in... Child, this was the longest fight in all of reality TV. Child, they went round for round. They just kept fighting. Break apart, cuss some more, start fighting. Child, they was doing all kind of moves that they done learned on Nintendo 64, jumping up in the air, punching down at each other. Oh, them girls was carrying on something terrible. And for the most part, Big Lou did beat a Raw up. Okay, beat him up. It was what it was. But really, I think everybody in the house kind of, for the most part, when they're not in their presence, they think they're both a joke anyway. Because most of like Raz B, JB, they just basically see it as 2 sissies. And that's how they seen it. And then they're all messy. Like they all got a bit of mess with them. So they all messy. So they like to have the little sad conversations, and y'all are gossiping. They have the little sad conversation, they laugh and kiki, but really as a whole, they didn't take their fight serious. It was a kiki. It was an entertainment. It was a kiki. And once they put him down there and they fought the first time because he slapped his face at the first time. Then they broke him apart. And then he did get Big Lou back a little bit when they had him apart. And then we thought it was all over with. And then they kind of started back up beefing again. And Araw took a drink and threw it on Big Lou. Now, listen, you see how Big Lou is put together. And he got all those little designer pieces and things. When he threw that drink on him, child, Big Lou was mad as hell, honey, when he threw that damn liquor on him. He threw that drink on him, child. He went to kick it. I said, oh, they're kicking now, child. It was hilarious. It was a mess to watch. But yeah, when I kept looking at Araw looks like little Uzi Vert to me, honey. I said, chill, little Uzi Vert, honey. But when they kept fighting, they was grabbing and tugging and pulling, and Araw got a perm. He got a relaxer, and he had his hair slicked back. Once they got to fighting, it wasn't just laying back, so it was kind of like starting to stick up. That mold, child, when they got to tugging and pulling, that mold he had with that gel had done popped, honey, back here, and it was starting to stick up, chicken style, honey. And then Big Lou kept saying, your perm's coming up, bitch. Your perm's coming up. It was a queen fight. It was a queen fight. And they went on and on and on and on. And it just went on and on. I said, well, listen, I'm here for it. I mean, just keep going. But let me say this. Chef D, as cute as I think you are, you is one messy bitch. Because you've been arguing this whole time for 2 episodes. You've been arguing about how you didn't jump Anthony. But didn't you just jump Araw? Are you going to continue to sit here and tell us that you didn't just jump Araw? When Big Lou and Araw start fighting, did you not grab him from the back? Is that not a jump? And we seen you. And then I heard you say basically like, you don't even know you ain't blackout. You was jumping. You need to stop. You need to stop because it don't look good. I'd have said that before about you, your size, and you can't help what size you are. Your size versus Araw, you look really no cool points. None. Nobody's even hearing you. It's like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. You look ridiculous. You grabbed him from the back. I was like, now why you do that? Why would you even do that? That was just a mess. That was a whole mess. I think he's cute. I do. I keep looking at Chef D. Nice skin, pretty teeth, all the cute little guy. But some of your movements is just, ugh. I was like, I don't like none of that. Then there was a whole thing with Raz B. Raz B got caught up in the swing of it. Raz B he got something, he don't like the way Araw went about things. And then here he is. And he done inserted himself into it. And now but that's what goes on in the bad boy house. It's like a pack of wild dogs. Speaking of, Anthony's in the back. Relly's back there talking to Anthony. In the midst of all of this going on, there's a bang, 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 bang at the door. And we're like, well, what is this? Here is Anthony's friends that pulled up in Anthony's car. And now they're outside, like, and Anthony, oh my God, they want to protect me, this, that, and the other. And yes, when the folks started talking about how dangerous the situation that was, it was just that, because they could have very easily had come there and shoot the place up. They could have came in there and shoot the place up. They weren't waiting for them. They weren't ready. They putting out their location and all that was very valid. Very valid. And Anthony actually should have been thrown off of the show. But Anthony left. They had to slide Anthony out. Everybody was so mad. He was just going to continue to get his ass whooped for as long as the show's on. The boys were pretty unanimous, and everybody was pretty done with Anthony. But Zeus definitely should have kicked Anthony out of the house at that point. He did put them in a very ugly position. But all's fair in love and war, right? You think you come to my town and beat my ass? Then have me come back in and have somebody beat my ass some more, all for your entertainment? Now, the friends didn't roll up right because the friends were supposed to be breaking windows and getting in. Y'all bad, be bad. You showing up somewhere, show up. Listen, they unleashed and they opened them doors, baby, and they went out. Of course, you know, Jonathan was ready to roll. He'd have messed up his leg out there trying to fight and tussle and carry it on and can't even get to nobody. You can't get to nobody. The only one that actually got to somebody was the one that wasn't nobody paying attention to, which is pretty. JB Mo. JB just walked his little self right on through because he's, you know, if he's straight, he ain't paying them no attention. He walked right on through, went right on down to the car and bashed one of the queens that was in the car, just bashed her. I said, well, oh, damn. He said, yeah, I went over there and busted him in his shit. I said, yeah, he did. Went right on over there and bashed her. She gonna say, somebody hit me. Who hit me? Bitch, doesn't matter. Then you came down here to fight. It don't matter who hit you, bitch, get to fighting. But you didn't come to fight. You came to be in the car running your mouth and then got bashed. And then Chef D, come here, baby. I got to give this to you. Told y'all, thank you. I do. I think you're cute, but I got to give this to you. You gave me punk. Because all while this was going on, why was you hugging the door? You a door hugger now? You jumping people and you a door hugger? This is what I'm going to need you to do. From here on out, if you ain't just giving some pearls of wisdom, because that's all you qualify for now, to give the kids some pearls of wisdom or cooking something, I'm going to need you to shut the hell up and stay on out. You was hugging that door, hanging back at that door, scared to death. Because this is not what your real life is. Your real life is not like this. That chaos, you like contain chaos and foolishness and being sneak. You like to sneak a lick in. You that kind of dude. Sneak a lick in and like the containment of confusion. But all out confusion, you wasn't comfortable at all. You were scared to death. You was hanging back behind Raz B and behind JB. Didn't want Anthony in the house. You would say, he need to go, because you scared to lay down because you know he owe you. He owes you because you done got him twice now. You know he owe you. You wanted him out. I see you. I see you, honey. Relly ended up sneaking Anthony out the back door, and that poor baby was crying and carried on. I said, child, but you know, Relly, you know how Relly do. Relly's going where the money resides, so he dropped them tears, got his little storyline going in his camera time, went on about his business. Anthony's done. Anthony's out. Then we had a scene where they went to Area 29 to the strip club, and that was basically that. That day, which this all was the next day, Raz B, Jonathan pulls Raz B and Araw together. And Raz B was really, I seen you too, Raz B. Come here, baby, and sit on down on the couch. Because see, you was going with the I'm straight, you a sissy, and you was giving that old tough roll. Oh, if they want to get it, you can get it. You was talking all this good shit. And then Araw came down, and see, that queen's a little different. She's not the queen that you thought she was. You watched her get beat up, but she's still on go. She not no punk. Now I'll give Araw, he got beat up, but he ain't no punk. And baby, he ran up in Raz B in that conversation. He went right on over there. He said, no, see, I was really standing over there trying to decide if I wanted to just go ahead and just jump on you and beat your ass. I said, oh. And Raz B, what happened to all that bravado that you had while you were sitting on the couch matching energies with Jonathan? That went somewhere else. You got the backpedaling and pussy popping. You went back into what you were saying when you first came about how you just here to have a good time, this, that, thing, and the other. And then you got quiet. You got quiet. You talked all this smack before he came down there. And he came down there and gave you the energy that you basically said you would beat his ass about, and you ain't beat no ass. What happened? Don't follow the wild pack if you're not going to be part of the wild pack, because when you got cameras running, it make you look foolish. It make you look foolish. And that queen with the beat up, the longest beat up in all of reality TV under his belt, came down there and clowned you. He clowned you. Because even though he got his ass whooped, he let you know that he was willing to whoop your ass, that you wasn't going to do as well as the other one did. I said, okay. Anyway, I know y'all seen it. I seen it. Leave it in the comment. Tell me what you think, honey. But yeah, Raz B got punked as far as I'm concerned. He was out there matching energies with Jonathan. And then when the Raw came, backpedal and pussy pop. Anyway, then when they went to Area 29, Araw couldn't even get comfortable to really have a good time at first because he was sitting over there and he wants to fight Lou. He's like, I'm going to get my lick back. I said, Lord have mercy. He said he's going to get his lick back. So he said, I'm going to get him tomorrow. So I said, listen, they did what they did and all that. Oh, God, them two. They're going to fight some more, child. They're going to fight some more. But that's basically kind of where we ended out. Araw still wants to fight Lou. And I think it's going to go down. Well, they ain't going to, because he ain't going to let it go. He ain't going to let it go. That's my kind of old bitch. He said, I'm going to fight until I win. Either you're going to keep beating my ass or you're going to get tired of fighting and you're going to let me win. Girl, good luck to you, honey. Whatever it is, we're going to be watching. But this is a whole mess. But know that I've been doing this for a very long time. And that is the longest fight on a reality TV show I have ever seen. It just went on and on and on. It was like, don't you girls want a Twinkie and a glass of milk, honey? No, honey. I want to pour her here some more. I said, y'all go ahead, honey. Get on down, girls, honey. Go on and scrap. It was a mess. A whole mess. Look, leave what you got for me in the comments. I can't wait to see what y'all got to say about what we done watched. Just a mess. And Raz B, shush up. Hush up. I sure that.